Hey guys, it's Alex back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the new iPad Pro, which Apple just announced. So here we go. Here is the iPad Pro right here. So this is the new smart keyboard case. So your next computer is not a computer. And this will be, so the Magic Keyboard case, which we see here, we'll get into that a little more later on. This is the new Magic Keyboard case that Apple offers for the iPad Pro, which will be available in May, but the iPad Pro will be available on the 25th of this month. So here we go, the Liquid Retina display. So let's get into some of the tech specs. So here we go. So it comes in silver and space gray, just like the previous iPad Pro 11-inch and 12.9-inch. Comes in the same sizes as before. But now there is this, a 128GB option instead of 64GB base. So could we see this coming to the iPhones this year? I would say so, but would that mean that Apple would be removing the 256GB option? But I don't think they would do that, obviously, on the iPhone. So this would probably be, besides the 1TB, that'll probably be what we see for the iPhone this upcoming year. 128 instead of 64 gigs, which would be great. So size and weight, so it's 9.7 inches wide, so in length it's 9.74 inches, and in thickness it's 5.9 millimeters, so that's pretty good. It's 178 millimeters thick. That's the 11-inch, and then you can see the same for the 12.9-inch, some different specs. So this picture shows where your speakers are located, your USB-C connector, your nano SIM tray, your smart connector is located on the back still, your magnetic connector for your Apple Pencil. In the box, you get your iPad, of course. You get your USB-C charger cable, and you get your 18-watt brick, just like before. So here's where we get into some of the real specs of the devices. So 11-inch Liquid Retina display on both. So the resolution is 264 pixels per inch on either one. And it's got a ProMotion technology, wide color display, true tone display, fingerprint resistant coating, fully laminated display, anti-reflective coating, 1.8% reflectivity, 600 nits of brightness on either one. And here's where we get into what chip it has. It is the new A12Z chip. So it's got an embedded M12 coprocessor, but it's got a 64-bit A12Z Bionic chip. Now, Apple is known for their chips being very powerful and good. So the camera, it's got a wide 12-megapixel camera with an f1.8 aperture. It's also got the ultra wide now, so it's a dual camera setup just like the iPhone 11, the regular iPhone 11. And it's got a 10-megapixel one with f2.4 aperture, and it's got 2x optical zoom, digital zoom up to 5 times. So it's got a brighter true tone flash, panorama up to 64 megapixels, which is interesting. Sapphire crystal lens cover, a hybrid IR filter, autofocus with focus pixels, and tap to focus, just like most things. It's got smart HDR. So video recording. So I don't know who films videos and takes pictures on their iPads, because I don't. But it has video recording for 4K video at 24 FPS, 30 FPS, and 60 FPS in wide. And then in ultra wide, only 60 FPS. And then in 1080, it's got 30 and 60, 720, just 30 FPS. And slow motion, it has support for 1080p at 120 or 240 frames per second in wide, and then just 240 for ultra wide. Time-lapse video with stabilization. So I'm starting to think that the stabilization should be as good as the iPhone 11 Pro, because the stabilization on that is great. So you got your animojis, you got your 7-megapixel photos on your front-facing camera. Okay, so you got FaceTime video. This is just basically the simple stuff that you get on every single iPad. So you got Apple Pay, you got your power and battery, so it should last up to 10 hours of surfing the web, and for Wi-Fi plus cellular models up to 9 hours, because with the cellular data it uses a little bit more battery. So blah blah blah, yes sir. So, okay, so those are basically some of the simple specs. So, let's basically show you some images of the iPad itself. So, here we go, just some really good. So, here's the camera. So, it also has an LiDAR, I think that's how you say it. It's got a light detection and ranging and it's used to determine measuring how long it takes to. This is just what NASA did, as it says. Now, this is definitely this looks like the sensor from the iPhone 11 Pro, but it's not. That's the sensor right there. And that basically takes the place of the third camera. So we thought this was going to have, this sort of has 3 cameras, but doesn't. It's not 3 cameras, but this is where the sensor is located. It's used for AR, augmented reality, so it should definitely be good with that. So here's an example of it, how it would work. Augmented reality, some games, FaceTime, so simple stuff right there. So I actually want to show you guys the iPad Pro Smart, I'll show some accessories like keyboard wise and stuff, what you can actually get, what Apple offers. So these are the 2 options. It's got the Smart Keyboard Folio and the Magic Keyboard. Now this is really interesting. So we're gonna take a closer look at this. Look at this. So here we go. So this is sort of like a magnetic floating design, which is real. I'm really interested to see how this works itself. It looks like it charges with USB-C. So it has a trackpad, which is definitely new for an Apple thing. Well, not an Apple thing, but an Apple keyboard for iPad. We definitely have not seen this before, so I'm really interested to see how this works. It does cost $299 though for the 11-inch iPad and $350 for the 12.9-inch. So there's a lot of other things you could buy with $350. Definitely, probably not something I would pick up for the computer, because personally, I just call it a computer, but personally, it's just not something I would pick up for my iPad Pro. So it uses the 2nd generation Apple Pencil, just like before. Simple. You got your Smart Folio, just like before, and it uses the same Apple Pencil, magnetically attaches to the top. But overall, though, this case is really interesting, and I'm actually excited to check this thing out. So that's that for the new iPad Pros. So that is pretty much it for my video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.